we can save this conversation for a little bit later in the show if you guys would like to. But right now we have a caller. His name is Thomas. He's from off campus, and he wants to talk about the situation going down over in New York with the Giants benching Eli Manning. Thomas, what do you got to say about that?
Well, I kind of wanted your guys' take on this one. I'm not a Giants fan. They play in the NFC. I'm a fan of an AFC team, but it kind of strikes me as just one of those crazy scenarios that you can only find in the NFL. Coach, struggling. Giants at 2-9. They've been outscored 2-1 at home. They've scored less than 20 points in 7 games. Coach trying to save his own skin benches a Super Bowl legend, a New York legend, and it looks like Eli's done in New York, and I just kind of wanted to get your guys' take on that.
Go ahead, go around the room.
Thomas, first off, I think your tweet said it best when you talked about Buffalo benching Tyrod Taylor for Nathan Peterman, and then I believe your tweet was the Giants' response, "Here, hold my beer," and they certainly did that. I'm not in favor of it just because it is for Geno Smith. I think if it was for Davis Webb because they wanted to see if they needed to draft another quarterback in the upcoming draft, I think that would be warranted. But as for Geno Smith, that's just an option you go to if your star quarterback is injured. Geno has shown that he is not a good quarterback in the NFL. And so I guess that's kind of my take on it.
I would be all right with this if the Giants had another quarterback on their roster who, like a rookie that they thought maybe had the potential to take over. But Geno Smith has been in the league for 3, 4, 5 years now, and he's started dozens of games. He's not the answer. It just seems like McAdoo trying to cover for himself and really betraying what's probably a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
To me, a lot of times when teams make inexplicable moves, I look at it as almost like a relevancy thing. The last time I could think of like a relevancy move, it was off the field, but when Cam Newton jokingly poked fun at a female reporter and it came off awful. The Panthers weren't great when he said that. I mean, that was like, oh, I'm doing this to get attention. And I almost think in a way the Giants have done this again, like you said, a 2-9 season. They're all over the news right now. I mean, we're even talking about it right now. A show based out of Seattle. People calling in and want to talk about it. It's a move to be relevant. It's a move to be in the news for a little bit and then make a move and figure it out after that. I mean, there's no reason to do it other than to just be like, hey, look at us. Yeah. I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Do you guys think that they're going to, waive Eli and Eli might have a chance to continue his season somewhere else this year?
As for that, I'm not sure yet. I don't know. Time will tell. I do think his time in New York is done. The only team that I could see picking him up or giving him major consideration because he would make them probably a better contender than they are right now is Jacksonville. I know Tom Coughlin is down there right now, and they have a stellar defense and a subpar quarterback in Blake Bortles with a pretty good running game with Fournette. So I think Jacksonville would be the perfect landing spot for him. If not this year, then maybe next year, because I know that he's 35 right now, and that was the same age that Peyton was when he ended up leaving Indianapolis.
Look at DJ drawing the lines right there. That makes a ton of sense, DJ. Wow.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Talk to you later, Thomas.
Bye-bye.
That is a very interesting and hot debate right now in the NFL.
Keep going with it. Keep going with it, Seth. What do you think? What do you think?
I think Houston could be another spot for Eli Manning if he were to get waived.
In the immediate future?
Right, yeah. If he were to get waived today, I think Houston could be a spot because they were a playoff team when Deshaun Watson got hurt, and I don't even know who their quarterback is right now. Is it
Tom Savage?
Tom Savage?
They were just on TV 2 nights ago, I think.
Yeah, and he had an empty. Did you guys see that? The empty press.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Press conference after the game.
Yeah, Eli Manning. I don't think he gets waived this year. I think he stays a Giant until
the end of the year.
The end of the year, and they move him. A possible fit. I don't know if it makes the most sense after DJ laid down that sweet Jacksonville idea. When Carson Palmer retires, he could be an Arizona Cardinal. That's just me assuming the Cardinals are going to need a quarterback when Carson Palmer retires soon.
I think Palmer is done after this year, and I think that's another one that makes sense because you have a strong running game.
It makes sense for both parties. That's the only reason I thought of that. But you laid out Jacksonville. It's like that makes too much sense not to happen.
Arizona would have to address their offensive line though, because that's one thing that has plagued the Giants this year is a subpar offensive line, and Eli just doesn't have the mobility to move around.
Eli doesn't have anything though. He didn't have anything. I mean, he had 0 wide receivers that anyone has ever heard of before. Mm-hmm. He had no running back. I mean, what could he do? Yeah. It's almost better for him to just be sitting on the sideline watching games. I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks for him is his streak of 210 games started is now over. But I mean, it's a very tough situation for a veteran that has given New York so much, and it feels like they aren't repaying him back enough.
Interesting stuff happening across the NFL.